If it's your first time watching this channel, welcome on board. My name's Danny. I'm an irate middle-aged Englishman, and when I finish work for the day, I go walking around this beautiful nature reserve shouting at my phone. Politically, I would say I'm centre-right. 25 years ago, I would have just been a centrist, but since then the left has gone so far to the left. And the point of this video is that those over on the woke far left, no matter the drivel they spout from their mouths or how ridiculous their behaviour becomes, they never seem to see that they're in the wrong. Back in June, there was controversy at the Glastonbury Music Festival concerning punk rap duo Bob Villain. Both members used the stage name Bobby Villain, one with a Y, one with an I, although Bobby with an I, that's a woman's name. And their act is all about being very street and very ghetto, although their actual names would tell a different story because they are Pascal Robinson Foster and Wade Lawrence George, and the mean streets they come from are the streets of Ipswich, a town in Suffolk in the east of England. Gangster. The issue was that during their set, Mr. Robinson Foster chanted "Death, death to the IDF," and that was broadcast around the world. Or the way he said it, because he has a fake London accent, like I say, he's from Suffolk, alright, was "Death, death to the IDF," because he comes across as being barely literate. Death, death. You are wishing hearing loss on Israel soldiers. Now, Bob Villain's act is about activism, social justice, equality, in particular racial equality, and general anti-establishment claptrap. So on the face of it, they are woke far left. But now they're showing their true colours. Since Mr. Robinson Foster's outburst, Bob Villain have had their US tour cancelled, their US visas revoked, and have been dropped by their management team and their record label. But recently they performed in Greece. I have a clip coming up. Usually when I mute a clip it's so that I don't get copyrighted, and that is the case, but also it's so that you, dear viewer, don't have to listen to this utter crap. So that's our friend Pascal, the badass gangster from East Anglia, on stage giving it a full-blown Nazi salute. So this duo, which are all about love and acceptance and people bettering themselves, that's what they really think. At least with actual neo-Nazis, say Combat 18. If they come into town wearing their bomber jackets and waving their swastikas, they're not being ambiguous with their intentions. And how fucking thick are Pascal and Wade? Because it cannot have escaped their attention that they are both black. Ergo, unlikely to go down well among white supremacists. They won't go down well, they might get lynched up. It's now raining. Anyway, this pointless performative anger seems to be part of the woke left's mindset. So next up, we'll see a woman who took a trip to Trump Tower.
Come with me to see the Trump Tower in Chicago. We're here. I came all the way over here to do this.
So that woman made that journey, presumably at her own expense, in order to flip off a building. Well, I'm sure that'll trigger a snap election over in the New World. That being said, at present I don't even know who the leader of the Democrats is. Another thing typical of people of this mindset, as we've seen with Bob Villain and a woman who's angry at architecture, is a total lack of self-awareness, as we shall now see.
There's always more white people at these events than they are actually ethnic people. So I'm quite confused to why are there never no ethnic people here? Why is it always the white people protesting for other people's rights? If racism was such a serious issue, we would see them out here, don't you think?
I have noticed there are a lot of white people, including myself. I'm very privileged to be here. I think a lot of POC people are scared of coming here because people over there do hurl abuse. I've seen loads of hijabi women being scared to walk up here, so they've had to go around a long way. And I think coming here,
I can actually see a couple Asians and black people on the side of the right. So if it was, I'm confused. If they were hurling abuse, don't you think those people would have been abused by now?
The chant in the background is "Say it loud, say it clear, refugees are welcome here." And the people who chant that almost never live in the area. They don't have to worry about a migrant hotel opening up next to their kids' school. But our new friend with the exciting haircut, to me, typifies the common or garden left-wing idiot. People of colour are too scared. Isn't the subtext to that she's suggesting that anyone who isn't white is either inherently a coward or cannot stand up for themselves? Of course she'll have white saviour complex running through her veins. They don't want to go past the nasty people. The people who don't want masses of undocumented fighting age men being moved into their towns and cities around women and girls. The interviewer leads with a good point that at these anti-racist demonstrations, the people doing the demonstrating are almost exclusively white. And then the interviewee has to chip in about her privilege, her white privilege, that allows her to talk about racism with a group of other white people. Whilst apparently across the street, the nasty far right are more ethnically diverse. And although this is a short video, and we've only met a few people, what links them together for me is the staggering lack of common sense. If we take Bob Villain, Pascal and Wade, they've already been in the shit for anti-Semitism, so it's probably bright not to go up on another stage where you know people will be filming you and start throwing up 88s. They think they're being edgy and pushing the boundaries. They're not. They're just showing everyone what a pair of utter fucking muppets they are. And what did the woman hope to achieve by going to Chicago to carry out some childish passive aggression? And then we met a stand-up to racism campaigner who couldn't answer any questions regarding race. I find the far left so confusing, because they're always preaching love and acceptance, but scratch the surface, and they're bloody fascists. Like I said, with the far right, at least you know where they're coming from. If you see the KKK marching down the street with their white hoods and burning crosses, everyone knows what the message is. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but at least they're on brand. Anyway, that's the end of this short video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you can leave a like, a comment or share the video, that really helps the algorithm. If you'd like to support me in making these videos, there are links in the description to buy me a coffee and to my Patreon. And as ever, thanks for watching. Welcome on board. My name's Danny. I'm a slightly angry middle-aged Englishman, and when I finish work, I like to wander around this beautiful nature reserve, shouting at my phone and getting pointed at by dog walkers. Pascal Robinson Foster and Wade Lawrence George. They sound like fucking solicitors. So presumably that woman went of her own free will and to her fuck it, bollocks. The interviewer leads with a good point that at these anti-racism demonstrations, the crowds there are almost exclusively white. Almost as if the people attending think that anyone who isn't the same colour as them doesn't have a voice, which to me is inherently fucking racist. I've said something similar already, bollocks.